Have you ever wondered why the most frequent voice you hear is also the hardest to silence? It whispers in the quiet moments when you stand alone, vulnerable, caught between the reflection in the mirror and the cacophony of the world. What would happen if that voice was not just a critic, but a guide, loyal as a true friend? This is the story of learning to talk to yourself as someone who genuinely wants what's best for you, drawing from the timeless wisdom of Stoicism and the unwavering concept of self-respect. Meet Jonas, a man like any other, living in the vibrant heart of a city that never sleeps, a city where the hustle is both praised and relentless. From the outside, Jonas's life appears meticulously crafted, a product of ambition and discipline. Yet inside, he battles a tempest of self-doubt and unrelenting criticism. Each day is a cycle, starting with the radiant promise of dawn, soon overshadowed by the shadows of his own expectations. Jonas is no stranger to introspection. His nights unfold into dialogues with himself, each a trial where he stands both as prosecutor and defendant. Mistakes are scrutinized with harsh eyes, achievements are brushed aside. His internal dialogue lacks the gentleness that nurtures growth, the understanding that builds bridges over self-imposed chasms. It's in these solitary jury hearings that Jonas begins to question. Can there not be a voice of wisdom amidst the noise? Why must the voice we live with be our greatest enemy? Stoicism teaches us about the dichotomy of control, what is within our power and what lies beyond. Jonas grapples with this concept, recognizing that while he cannot reshape the world outside, he can reshape his inner world, the sanctuary beyond reach of external chaos. This isn't about false positivity, cloaking wounds with pastel tones of all will be well. No, it's about honesty grounded in an unwavering commitment to oneself, a disciplined loyalty that does not waver under pressure or change with the tides of emotion. The journey begins with an unprecedented challenge, talking to himself as a coach, not as a judge. A coach sees the potential, critiques with purpose, and fuels growth. A judge, however, merely passes sentences, often harsh and unyielding. Jonas decides to restrict the judge's role and elevate the coach within, inspired by the words of Epictetus. First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. The transition is anything but smooth. Every slip-up is an invitation to the past chorus of judgment. Yet, Jonas commits to a standard far tougher than the momentary satisfaction of self-berating, a standard anchored in the constructive choices, not judgments. With each faltering step, he asks himself, what is within my control here? And what can I learn? These questions redirect the narrative from one of condemnation to constructive analysis. Crucial to this transformation is the disentangling of guilt from responsibility. Mistakes are stepping stones, not shackles, and the path to wisdom is paved with missteps. Marcus Aurelius reminds us, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. In learning this, Jonas realizes how guilt wields power only when it stagnates progress, when it lingers without resolution. Responsibility, on the other hand, is the commitment to amend, to advance beyond the temporary halt of guilt. There's a poignant evening when, exhausted from a day of tangled ambitions and unforeseen setbacks, Jonas perceives a familiar voice creeping up. It's the siren call of fatigue, masquerading as finality. But instead of succumbing, he pauses. Embracing the silence, he breathes. It's in these moments of weariness that identity is most vulnerable, often rewritten by transient failures. But tonight, his voice echoes with fresh resolve, a vow to preserve who he has committed to being. Jonas rehearses a nightly ritual, a grounding question at the end of each day. Have I lived today in respect of my future self? It's a simple yet profound inquiry. It leads him back to actions worthy of his own respect, not just hopes littered with hollow promises. This question, akin to memento mori, the Stoic meditation on mortality, serves not as a morbid reflection, but as an anchor to the present, urging authenticity in every choice. Through this self-dialogue, Jonas dismantles the negotiation tactics of weakness. Gone are the bargains struck in the silence of the procrastination. In its place thrives action tempered by virtue, the true measure of self-respect. Standards aren't just words on a fleeting checklist. They are living principles, manifested in daily routines and choices. Days grow into months, months into seasons. The city's pulse syncs with his own, not in surrender, but in harmony. Jonas doesn't just speak to himself with kindness. He lives that kindness. It shows in the renewed vigor in his steps, the clarity in his purpose. This isn't merely self-love, it's structured self-respect, a cultivated fortress within. Some nights, as he sits in contemplation, Jonas reflects on Seneca's counsel. While we wait for life, life passes. The essence of self-respect, he discovers, is not in grand gestures, but in the quiet strength of everyday resilience. The triumph is subtle, yet profound. The realization that by nurturing this internal dialogue, he builds a life that respects his own humanity, imperfections and all. If you've journeyed alongside Jonas, if you've recognized in his transformation parts of your own struggles and aspirations, then consider this your own pause. Did you speak to yourself today like someone you're responsible for protecting? Each of us holds the pen to our story. Let your inner voice be your guide, not your undoer. In the end, it's this Stoic commission to dialogue with ourselves, not with unattainable ideals, but with unyielding respect that transcends the confines of self-doubt and remains unshaken. And so, the question remains, echoing in the silence, how will you speak to yourself tomorrow?